Hello, Mrs. Galago. Thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for calling this meeting.
Yeah. So how's your day been so far?
Uh, we're at the end, coming up to the end of the last quarter, and it's just really busy. But I'm happy that we're able to meet today and make some time.
I appreciate that. So what we're here today for is I'm gonna be conducting a functional behavior assessment for one of your students that you had some concerns about.
Yes,
Yeah. So we're not gonna use any of the names, we'll just use his or her initials. Is that okay with you?
that's fine.
All right. So first of all, their initials, I'll fill that out, but let's go straight to, can you describe or can you tell me any of their academic or his academic strengths?
Yes, so JB's academic strengths are he. I need a few minutes to think about it.
Take your time, we're not in a rush.
He contributes to class discussion, and he engages his peers. His other strength is he is able to ask for help sometimes, and he may go about that differently throughout the day. But I really do realize that he's asking me for help. He's asking the EA for help, so I think that's a strength of his. And he is actually really good at creative writing. We do journaling every morning, like free writes, and he's able to write a paragraph. Granted we are in third grade, JB's in third grade, and
All
so
right.
his ability to write paragraphs is really good.
Well, can you give me any other strengths as is in his social strength?
Oh yeah, he has lots of friends. He's kind of the funny guy in class, especially at recess. He's very athletic. What else? He has a really loud voice, and so he tends to be a leader at times when we're doing like a class presentation, like for a Christmas party or a Christmas show.
Mhm.
He'll be like the loudest student because he has a loud voice.
Anything else that he can contribute to his strengths?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna move into his routine during the day. Like, how is his routine during the day, and at what time of the day, or what time, or which classes is he having some issues with his behavior problems? So because you are his primary teacher, maybe you can go through his schedule and let me know which subjects are more prevalent to his behaviors being inappropriate.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Right off the bat, what I can think of is first thing in the morning, he comes in and he is very rambunctious. Like I had said, that is my creative writing class. And so it takes JB about 30 minutes to just calm himself down. A lot of the times he's late. And so if he's late to class, that it's gonna be extra. He's basically taking the entire class to just try to, calm himself down and be present and be ready for the day. I feel that he's coming to school very, on edge, He starts off he just has a lot of energy first thing in the morning. And it disrupts the calmness of the environment of my classroom. It disrupts other people from learning. Right off the bat, he starts to get into arguments and disagreements with his peers.
All right. Is that one of the specific problem behaviors that he has? Is He gets into arguments with his peers.
Yep, gets into arguments with his peers. He's really loud. Like I said, he's rambunctious and loud first thing in the morning.
All right.
And it just takes him a lot of time to just settle down. High energy.
All right. And so, how would you like? What are the consequences or interventions um, for this problem behavior that you implement?
I really try to use, positive redirection. I try to give him cues like, JB, you're off task right now. Can you please pick up a pencil, and begin writing? And then what happens is, his pencil tip breaks, so he has to go and sharpen his pencil. So it's another 5 minutes. While he's walking to the sharpener, he's distracting the students on the way.
Okay.
So it's just, I feel he is finding every opportunity to engage in off-task behavior and to get other students to engage with him. So I currently just use redirection. It's me and 35 students. I don't have an EA in the morning. And so that's all I can do right now.
All right. So on a scale of 1 through 6, what is the likelihood of this problem behavior occurring? 1 being low and 6 being high.
5.
All right. Are there any other classes that we have any other problem or any other issues of any problem behavior going on?
Yes. So basically, after every class, the transition time between classes, because I have him from 8:45 to about 9:15 in the morning for that creative block. It's a homeroom and creative block. After that, from 9:15 to 9:45, he gets pulled out into a separate reading group, a small reading group. And so that transition, coming from my class and having to walk with 4 of his classmates to a different classroom, he often hides in the restroom, so yeah, so this current transition time, the problem behavior for that is he just hides in the restroom. And he shows up late to his reading pull-out group.
All right. And so what are some of the interventions that are done since he's going late to class and due to hiding?
I really don't hear about it until after, towards lunchtime, when the reading, specialist is able to let me know, inform me.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is currently no intervention.
All right.
Yeah, it's hard to hold him accountable when nobody is helping with that transition. There's no adult physically taking him to his reading teacher.
All right. What about, do you have any idea with how is he doing during recess or lunch?
Yeah, first recess, he still has a lot of high energy. Although he does have a lot of friends, he tends to pick fights with them by teasing. JB and his friends play kickball during first recess, and so if his team is losing, then he starts to swear. He swears at the other student. Puts them down. The EAs on recess duty, then have to pull him to the side, make him, stand by them for a timeout. And then he becomes defiant towards the EAs on recess duty.
Okay. Is there anything else that they do besides having him stand next to them?
Sometimes recess is taken away, and so JB will just have to stay in my classroom, which he's just asked to write sentences or just quietly sit at his desk and do reading or work on some work that he needs to get completed. But he does not choose to do those activities.
All right. So, what would you say on a scale of 1 through 6 for recess with those type of problem behaviors occurring, the frequency?
I'll say like it could be a 3, but I'll say a 4. It's starting to happen a little bit more than it has been in the past.
All right, and then also because I skipped it, for reading.
Oh, reading, the transition.
Yes.
That pretty much happens every day.
Okay.
Hiding. So a 6. High.
So, and this is transitioning into reading. All right.
And then after reading, it's recess for about half an hour. So like 9:45 to 10:15 is recess.
All right.
And then what happens after recess? He comes back to me.
Okay. And what class is that for?
Science. We do science right before we go to lunch.
All right.
And in science, it's really hard because, a lot of the times it's a group activity, and his peers does not want to be on his team because he will either, just laugh the whole time, or he will try to sabotage the project.
Okay. So what is the behavior that he does? Is just more of a teasing his friends or his peers?
He's not teasing, he's just laughing, like for no reason. He's just laughing. Like nothing's funny. His peers might be reading the directions of how to, do the project, and he just bursts out into laughter. I think it's maybe for attention. He's bored, I don't know. But then after, so then he laughs, and then what he does is he let's say they have to build a structure with marshmallows and spaghetti straws, right? He will eat the marshmallow, or he'll crush all the spaghetti straws into pieces. So that he's sabotaging his group.
Is he seeking attention?
That's what I feel like, because then he's like, and then he laughs after he breaks the materials.
And how is that issue dealt, or that behavior dealt with?
At that time I'm just frustrated, and I will admit I just yell. I'm like, JB, like, what are you doing? And because I also feel bad for his peers that he was in the group with, because now that they'll have to either start over again, come back in for recess to make it up, or they just have to take a low grade on that.
Okay, so with any intervention,
My intervention right now is I'm yelling, because there's multiple student groups that are all working on the same science project, and